It's your girl Nisi here with Wild Pear Tarot. Thanks so much for tuning into my YouTube channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm an alchemist, a light worker, and a tarot and oracle reader that specializes in celebrity readings, pick-a-pile messages, and channeled messages for the collective. Thanks so much for tuning in, y'all. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. All right. Also, I accept tips. That information is in the description box below. Please support by sending me some funds. It definitely helps and goes a long way when it comes to creating content on the channel. So thanks. Also, my readings are open. So my books are open for readings. If you need some insight, some guidance as far as getting your act together, or you just need some advice or some spiritual insight into certain situations or issues you may be going through at this period of your life, my books are open for readings. So be sure to check that out, okay? And that information is also in the description box below. So this pick-a-pile reading is covering hidden enemies. So who is a hidden enemy in your life? Who is someone that is pretty much around you under false pretenses, who may have a hidden agenda, who may have an ulterior motive? Spirit wanted me to come through with this pick-a-pile reading. This is a timeless reading, so if anyone at any point in time comes across this reading and you feel compelled to watch this video, there's a message in here for you at any point in time to learn more about what's going on, who's around you that really shouldn't be. All right, so pick-a-pile messages that come through. I always ask those that watch these readings, look at the different options that are available. So we have 4 piles, okay? And we have 4 crystals associated with each pile. The first one is the lapis lazuli stone. The second pile is the blue lace agate stone. The blue lace agate stone. The third is the sodalite stone. The third is the sodalite stone, pile number 3. And the fourth is blue apatite. Blue apatite. All right. So before we get into this reading, please pause if you need to and take a couple of deep breaths, tune in, see what corresponding crystal or pile that resonates with you the most. It could be more than one, and skip ahead to your reading. Also, at the end of each reading, you'll see I have this little glass here of charms. So this is going to be a specialized message at the end of each pile. So make sure that you tune in and get a specialized message at the end. Some information that needs to come through for y'all, all right? Okay. All right, you guys. So if you chose pile number 1, the lapis lazuli, this is your reading on who is a hidden enemy, or who are the hidden enemies in your life that you need to know about, all right? The lapis lazuli crystal is really interesting because this usually connects to the third eye and the throat chakras. So this is really about communication. This is about truth. This is about information that is coming forward. So I'm almost seeing this as whoever chose pile number 1, this involves someone who's going to say or communicate that they're a hidden enemy. So it's almost like you're going to have to watch that person's words. The things that they say is really going to tell you whether or not they're a hidden enemy. So that's really important. Be very mindful of that. The lapis lazuli is definitely a sign that you're either going to have that enemy communicate to you through words or through some sort of spiritual insight. So you'll know that this person is not for you. All right, let's get started. We're going to start with these bottom cards first, and then we'll get into more information about how you can address this hidden enemy. I'm going to put this off to the side. So we got the Two of Candles, the Two of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands in the reverse. All right, so we got the Two of Candles, the Two of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands in the reverse. And I'll show it up right so you can look at it. The Nine of Wands in the reverse. This is someone who does a lot of double speak. This hidden enemy is someone who will say conflicting things. They'll have conflicting messages, conflicting information, and you have to almost parse out what the truth is. As I mentioned before with this lapis lazuli crystal, for those that chose pile number 1, your hidden enemy will be revealed through what they say, and will also be revealed through spiritual insight. So you will be able to detect who that person is, because they're gonna pretty much put their foot in their mouth. They're gonna put their foot in their mouths and show you that they really don't give a damn about you. Two of Candles is equivalent to the Two of Wands, and then also the Two of Pentacles is showing up. So I'm also picturing this may possibly be someone that you're either paired with. It could be if you're a student and you're having to pair up with someone in your class for an assignment, and maybe you didn't really talk to them before, or maybe you've been friends with them and you always pair up with them, but it's some situation or person where you usually are together a lot. You're in each other's face a lot, and you're also paired with them. So it could even be someone who's in a relationship, but there's some element here of the two, the binary, the pairs. So it's definitely someone who is very much connected to you, but they don't bring a lot of balance to your life. Oftentimes it's actually a lot of imbalance, a lot of craziness, a lot of things that are coming through that you might not like at all, and you might have articulated it, but you've given them kind of chance after chance, and you think that, oh, they're just doing this because, maybe it's their own personal issues or their personal problems, but it's actually someone who's purposefully trying to harm you. This is also someone who doesn't trust others. They are holding on to something from the past that has happened. So someone who could be holding a grudge against you and has been holding a grudge against you for a very long time. They may pretend, right? So they may pretend that things are all good and you guys are, the best of friends and doing really well, when in reality, they hate your guts, y'all, okay? The thing about hidden enemies is it's definitely people who you wouldn't expect. People who, again, who have ulterior motives, who say that they believe in you or act one way, but they're very two-faced. They're actually not for you. They're usually doing that to keep tabs on you because they don't want to see you shine. They don't want to see you win. They don't want to see you grow. They don't want to see you heal. And they're holding on to things that they themselves haven't dealt with and haven't addressed. So this is definitely someone who's also plotting. Two of Wands is usually it usually represents surveying, goal setting, kind of seeing all the options available to them. And from this energy, this Two of Candles cards, it's definitely someone who is plotting and who's considering options. Again, the number 2 card, or the number 2, is very prevalent in this reading because it's showing like there's different ways that they can go. There's different ways that they can maneuver their plotting and their scheming. There's 2 different ways in which they can figure things out, or they're trying to figure things out. There's 2 different options they can take, but their goal is to maintain, with this 9 of Wands in reverse, their goal is to maintain this grudge against you, to maintain their power over you in some way. I don't know if there have been times also, I think that those who have chosen pile number 1, I think that oftentimes you might have felt that you've been silenced a lot, not just possibly by this hidden enemy, but just in your life where you feel like you've been silenced, where you haven't always had the courage or the gumption to fight back, to stand up for yourself verbally, that you received a lot of verbal attacks, that you received a lot of verbal nastiness, like just through words, through communication, that have really torn down your self-esteem, that has created insecurities. And so it's really hard for you to speak up sometimes for yourself, but this is not the time to shy away. Spirit is saying that this energy for you is to find out who this person is and to use your words to cut them the hell up and get yourself out of that situation. Spirit's also saying that you need to tap into your spiritual team, tap into your spiritual family, talk to your ancestors, your guides, to glean more information. Ask them, who is this person around me? Reveal them to me, right? So ask your spiritual family, your spiritual team, to reveal to you who this hidden enemy is, and properly give them the verbal lashing that they need to send them on their way. Okay? They are not for you. They're definitely not for you at all. This is also someone who doesn't have everything together, and I think there's a jealousy streak here as well, as what I'm picking up. Like, they don't have, with this 2 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands, they don't have anything concrete in their life. It seems like, again, there's some imbalance here, or them trying to find balance in their life, and so they're almost jealous of the stability or the balance that you have in your life. You have a vision for your life, you have goals in your life, you have things that you want to accomplish, and they're kind of they're back and forth. I'm noticing here in this card, in this 2 of Pentacles, notice how this ship is like almost toppling over. So like there's a huge imbalance. Like they can't seem to right the ship. It's very much someone who doesn't have everything together. They're wavering, right? They're very wavering. They aren't consistent in their life, and so they're upset that you are consistent, that you are unwavering, that you have these things going for you. And so they may do little digs, like think little slights, little digs that you may not notice, but pay attention to what people say around you, people in your camp. And I'm not picking up that this is a family member, even though it could be. I'm not picking up though that this is a family member. This could be a friend. I'm thinking a friend, a close friend, or someone you're in a relationship with. But I'm not picking up that this isn't a family member. This is someone who is close to you or has tried to get close to you. Maybe someone you've dated, maybe someone that you were interested in and you decided to still be friends. It's just that energy here is, the jealousy is the fact that you have your life together and you may not feel yourself that your life isn't together. You don't have everything that you wanted or were looking for. But this person isn't on the same level as you right now, and so they're almost trying to tear you down to bring them down to a different level, a lower level, that more on their level, and that's not where you want to be. All right, so be very, very mindful of that as you continue on, and again, be mindful of people's words, the things that they say. Okay, so let's get into what you can do to combat this hidden enemy and to get rid of them. Okay, we got the Four of Wands and round and round as your message. Okay, so we have the Four of Wands, and we have round and round. I have this upright so you can look at it. Round and round. Okay, the message I'm getting that's coming up for you is you need to be very clear and surround yourself with people that do actually support you, and you'll see it through their actions. You're gonna see it through their actions. You need people around you that are also stable. You need people around you who are going to celebrate your wins, celebrate the goals that you have, support you through the trials and tribulations, and also forge your happiness. Like, they're the ones that are around you, that surround you, that appreciate you, right? There's an appreciation with the Four of Wands. This is almost a state of gratitude, a state of celebration. This is an element of, I made it, right? We made it together. Family gatherings, celebrations, like this is, you see, and with this card, you see in the background, there are people back here in the background, while these two people are, they have their hands raised with these bushes or these flowers that they're carrying, and they're getting ready to pass this threshold. It's people around you that support your growth, support this new chapter that's coming up ahead for you. You want that. I feel like this is a cycle that's being repeated, and you're being asked to this time pay closer attention to the people around you and their motives. I feel like this pile number one, you guys are, y'all are very successful in your own right, whatever you have done to build your life in the way that you want it to, or you're currently in a place where you feel stable, you feel good, you feel at ease. And this doesn't mean for all elements of your life, but for majority of your life, you feel like, man, things are going really well for me. But there's still these like personal doubts, these self-doubts that you have, and someone's been in your ear, and someone has been creating those type of doubts that you didn't really used to have. So think about the elements of your life that didn't work, right? Think about parts of your life that didn't go well, and who was around you to offer that support, that stability, and who wasn't. And think about the people who weren't. And if they're around you now, I think you really need to question If they're not there at my lowest of lows, are they really there for me? That's what you need to question. Also, this is an element here of where you can exit and close this cycle out. This is an opportunity to also hold yourself accountable. So this is not to put the blame on you for other people's mess and other people's, nastiness, but it is an opportunity for you to take accountability of your awareness, right? Sometimes we aren't aware. That's why this is a reading on hidden enemies, right? But by you watching this reading, it is opening your eyes up to some things that you may have overlooked or you may not have looked at enough. And so this is also a time for you to bring into your awareness what's been going on, the people around you who have been talking to you. You've been communicating with a lot of different people, and some of them are not for you. They're not celebrating with you, and they're not celebrating the wins with you. So be very mindful of that as you're navigating your life, your friendships, your relationships. Be cognizant of the people around you and what they're telling you, what they're saying to you, how they're saying things to you. Have they only been around you when you've been successful? Have they only been around you just to celebrate and have fun? Have they been with you at the lowest points of your life? Have they been with you through the struggle? Have they been with you through the issues and problems that you had to overcome? And did they pour into you, or did they just take from you? So really look back and think through those elements, and the person or persons who aren't for you and haven't been for you, they're definitely going to be revealed. All right, so pile number 1, that was the information you needed to hear. Let's pull out some charms, okay? So Spirit's telling me to pull some charms to see, and this may be a little loud, y'all. I apologize. Okay. All right, so these are 3 charms that are coming out that are going to give you some assistance in addressing your hidden enemies. Okay? So, the first charm we have is a shoe, a chancleta, the sandal. I hope you guys can see it. Oh my goodness, it's so tiny. This little shoe here with the flower on it. The second is a little fairy. You see this? A little fairy. And the third is a bat. The third is a bat. And it has like little ghost on it and stars and a cross in the middle, if you can see like the little designs on it. So this is really, as the bat, this is telling you that this is all part of the cycle of life. So what's in the dark will always come to light, okay? What's in the dark will always come to light. So whatever is not being revealed to you right now, this is an opportunity for it to be revealed to you. Don't let that opportunity pass you by, and make sure that you are prepared for the information that comes through. The fairy. So this is very much about your intuition. As I mentioned with this lapis lazuli crystal, this is an opportunity for you to tap into your intuition as well. This covers the throat and third eye chakra. So this little fairy right here, this is about your intuition. This is about your magic. This is about seeing the unseen. This is about knowing what you just know, right? So tap into your intuition, tap into that magic to pull that information that you need about this hidden enemy and figure out ways to remove them from your life. And last but not least, we have this little shoe here, right? This little, I'm trying to see what this is. It almost looks like a sled a little bit, right? But it really isn't. This is a very small piece. So I'm like, oh my goodness. So I think what this is, I'm seeing this as a sandal or as a little shoe. So this is definitely telling you that you need to walk, okay? You need to look. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. No, it's not a boot, okay? This is not a boot, this is a sandal. But I said chancletas because it reminds me of, you know, in certain cultures, mothers, parents, grandparents, you know, when you mess up, when you do something bad, or, you know, you're being punished, they're gonna get that shoe out and either throw it at you or beat you upside the head with it. So this is definitely telling you to be very mindful of, you know, how you're going to fight this person, not physically, but protect yourself. It's about protection. It's about restitution. It's about not necessarily revenge. I don't think this is a revenge, but this is about punishment, right? This is a level of punishment, but also it's an opportunity for you to walk away, right? So you don't have to necessarily use it to raise your hand against someone. You can also use it to slip your foot in and move out the way and walk away. So what other opportunity you choose, just like those, you know, the number 2 coming out with that 2 of Wands and 2 of Pentacles energy, there's options that you have in order to address this hidden enemy that's around you right now. So make the best of it, okay? And what's in the dark will always come into light, and use your magic and your intuition to tap into that energy to figure out how to properly address it and get out the way. All right? All right, pile number 1, I hope that you enjoy your reading. Please, you know what? I don't know. Y'all, I don't know if there is a bat emoji, but if there's either, put a little emoji down below for pile number 1, either a bat emoji or a shoe emoji, okay? A bat or a shoe emoji. I don't know if there's a bat emoji, but I know there's a shoe, y'all. All right. Thanks, pile number 1. All right, so pile number 2, you chose the blue lace agate, and this is your reading. All right, now if you chose the blue lace agate, this crystal is also associated with the third eye or the throat chakra. So this is a very strong crystal that promotes calm, that promotes communication, that promotes the truth, and helps to really address those deep negative emotions that come through. So this is definitely about what's being communicated to you energetically and also verbally, and also spiritually. I'm kind of picking up that there's a huge spiritual component to this hidden enemy. I think it may be someone from your past life, like if a past life enemy who keeps returning and coming back, or it's someone in the spiritual realm who don't like your ass at all, okay? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, pile number 2, but we're going to get into it. Let's see what else is going on here, okay? Let's see what's going on with pile number 2. Ooh, okay. Let's get into it, okay? We have the 8 of Candles in the reverse. These are all reversals. I'm showing this upright so you can see it, but it's the 8 of Candles in the reverse. We have the Justice card in the reverse. And this is upright so I can show you. And then we have the 2 of Swords in the reverse. The 2 of Swords in the reverse. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. This is someone who's harnessing a lot of negative energy. They're harnessing a lot of negative energy. They don't like you at all. Okay? They're very sneaky, but they don't say, they're not the ones that are going to tell you. Right? So usually 8 of Candles, so this is the equivalent of the 8 of Wands. Candles represents wands, and usually this 8 of Candles represents excitement. It represents information coming in very quickly. This also represents someone who has a lot to say, like is very gibberish. Someone who's very gibberish and has a lot to say and wants to get it out and wants to get out very quickly. They just want to hurry it up and like get it out. So it may be a little bit of like diarrhea of the mouth, but the information is very targeted and it's very direct. The person or entity or energy that is around you is not going to be direct with their disgust and hate towards you. I'm getting very negative vibes from this one, y'all. So please be careful, okay? This is someone who believes they were scorned. They were scorned. This Justice card in the reverse, they do not believe that they felt like justice was not served. They didn't receive the respect. They didn't receive the fairness that they were looking for. And they definitely are trying to right a wrong. And not necessarily right a wrong, but to keep things in balance, keep things unfair, keep things where you don't feel like justice is being served, or you don't feel like things are being equal. So this person is with this sword in hand. They may be ready to fight you. Okay, it's not looking good. Okay. The 2 of Swords in the reverse, they create a lot of confusion. This is someone who is very overbearing with their emotions. They're overthinking a lot. They're blinded by their emotions, so much so that they can't make a decision. They can't properly communicate. They're upset, right? So they don't feel like you deserve any kind of fairness in life. This is someone who honestly, they think that you don't deserve any kind of fairness, anything that involves equity, anything that involves equality. Like, they want to cut you off at the knees. This is very, very potent here, but they want to cut you off at the knees. They don't want to see you win. They're going to be very indirect. They're going to be very sly in terms of their communication. They may not communicate at all, but it's very much energy in the mind. It's very calculating. This is a very calculating energy. This is someone who just is plotting and scheming, and they want to make sure that you don't win at all. They don't want you to see you win, and they're going to be quiet about quiet. So it's not someone. This is really interesting because this blue lace agate crystal is to quell some of those negative emotions, to create calm and peace in your life. Those that chose pile number 2, please start to surround yourself with more protective energy, more protective crystals, especially this one. It's going to help calm your nerves. This could be someone in the legal field. This could be someone who's in the legal field, like I'm picturing a judge, y'all. I'm picturing a judge. I'm picturing a lawyer. Someone who's in the legal field who feels like they were wronged. They were wronged. That's why they're upset with you. That's why they're upset with you. Now, whether or not you are accountable, or whether or not this element is accurate as far as they were wronged, and maybe justifiably so. I'm not sure how that could be justified, because this is really about those that are trying to see who is after them, right? Who is their hidden enemy. But this is someone who definitely feels like they were wronged. They definitely are in a state of confusion. They're unhappy. They're unsettled. They don't have all the information at hand that they thought they would. And so there's a lot of missing pieces. They feel like things weren't done the right way, that you didn't do things the right way. And so you need to very, very much watch out for that type of energy, because it's definitely someone who is feeling a lot of fear. Someone who is afraid of commitment, someone who's afraid to take a step forward, who's in a state of confusion, who's blaming a lot of people. This is someone who's blaming a lot of people, a lot of victim blaming, a lot of victimization, and they're quietly and silently doing it. So it's not something that is covert, or excuse me, it's not overt, it's covert. It is something that is not blatant. So there's more than meets the eye with this person, and they are definitely hiding their true feelings about you, all right? I'm picking up this is someone for pile number 2. This is a spiritual energy, but someone who is tied to the legal field. I'm getting someone who was tied in the legal field with this Justice card coming out, or someone who just like believes in fairness heavily. They believe in fairness, but they believe they were wronged. And so it's like, I was wronged, or they believe that they were wronged, and so they're taking it out on you. They think that you are the person who did it. They think that it's you. Okay, it's you who did it. They don't like that you did it, and they're trying to come back with a vengeance. All right, pile number 2. Let's get into how you can address and heal this and properly protect yourself, if possible, from this hidden enemy. All right, let's see what's going on. Truth be told, look at this 8 of... What did I... Okay. Spirit is definitely confirming. Spirit is definitely confirming for y'all that this is someone who has felt scorned, okay? Let's get into these other cards. So we have Truth Be Told. Truth Be Told. And we have the 8 of Wands, right? This 8 of Wands card is showing up again, okay? 8 of Wands showing up again. Let's get into what this means for y'all. For you, pile number 2. I'm picking up that they are valid in their anger, and they're valid in their anger towards you. But there's some element of justification for why they're upset with you, and you need to be honest. Truth be told, this is the Owl card, and notice how in this energy here they have the window open. This owl has a window open to their heart, or their soul, I guess, and you see clouds and the sky, and then these little hearts that are fluttering out. This is a time for you to just be honest, tell the truth. This is not the time to be in denial about what you did. This is about you taking responsibility and accountability, because there is some karma attached to you not doing the right thing. So this Justice card coming out, right? This Justice card coming out in the reverse, and also this 8 of Candles coming out in the reverse, right? So this This is the Eight of Wands, right? The candles is equivalent to the wands. You got to tell the truth. You have to be transparent. You have to be honest. You have to be clear about what happened, why you did what you did, for what reason. And you have to take accountability, and you have to do it quickly. Stop trying to tie yourself up to an illusion. Stop trying to sit and be in denial about the actions and choices that you made that led you down this path, that did harm and hurt others. It's really interesting because hidden enemies don't always mean, it can be very complex. And in this situation, there's some nuance here, because it's showing that actually pile number 2, unfortunately, y'all have wronged someone, and now you've made an enemy because of it. Y'all wronged somebody and made an enemy because of it. And so now you have to address it and take accountability for it and do some repair work. There's an opportunity to do some repair. There's an opportunity for you to come in and to right your wrongs and to tell the truth and to be upfront and to just take accountability for your actions. There's an opportunity to do that. You need to make haste. It needs to be in a positive way. It needs to be in a sincere way. It needs to be in a gracious way. So it needs to be very action oriented as you move forward. And I think the energy means that, like, through that you're going to release some of the negativity that kind of came out of this, because it's not only weighing you down, it's weighing the person who was harmed down as well, and it's causing a lot of karmic debt. It's causing a lot of confusion that may come back. It's going to come back. There's no, like, that Justice card in the reverse was like, it's going to come back, right? Like that injustice element is going to come back. So there's a way for you to just take responsibility and accountability for your mistakes, for the flaws. All of us at one point have hurt other people. Unfortunately, like, you know, it doesn't make us any less good or bad, etc. But it is an opportunity for you to step forward, be honest, take accountability, shift this into a much more positive way, and to address the harm, right? To address and then repair the harm that was caused. Be authentic in this situation, be honest, be truthful in this situation, and it's going to help you and it help the person who's going on a tirade, right? They're going on a tirade against you, but they're doing it in a way that you don't know. So this is an opportunity to stop all of that, but you're going to have to take some accountability, and I think part of that weight is going to be lifted once you do. Also recognize that, and a lot of people, what they don't want to do is face the consequences, but they're consequences, right? If you continue to go down this path where you don't address the harm that you caused and you don't try to repair it, there are consequences later down the road that you are going to experience, right? So it's almost a warning of, do you want the lashing now? Do you want the lashing later? Okay, it's like, do you want it now or do you want it later? And it's usually worse when it's later because it's accumulated, okay? So just be very mindful of that. Pile number 2, there's some things that you really got to address, and part of that is opening up your heart, being a little bit more tender, kinder, graceful, gracious, for the fact that there's an opportunity for you to right the wrong, and you want to right the wrong. Pile number 2. All right. Okay. Let's get into some charms. Let's bring this here. Charms. What information and messages are coming through? This may be a little loud, y'all, but y'all be all right. Ooh, I have 4. Okay. That's all right, though. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so we have the little hand with the star. I'm going to try to... Okay. We have a couple of things that came out. We have the little hand with the star that came out, or pointing. We have a locket. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Lord have mercy. We have the little locket. Okay, the locket. And then we have a little teddy bear, like a little teddy bear that's lopsided. And then we have the sun. We have the sun. All right. Pile number 2. Let's see what's going on with these charms and the messages that are coming through. This is about your vitality, your life force. This is about the strength that you can hold. And Spirit's showing me that, like, if you continue down this path, your light's going to dimmer. It's not going to be easy, but you have to get back to a place where you are in the light. You have to be in the light. Otherwise, it's almost like you won't be able to fulfill your purpose unless you do. Or the elements that... It's almost like the elements that you need to obtain to grow. This is telling you that for pile number 2, this is an opportunity for you to really address the issues at hand. Like, you really need to do that, because it's going to be helpful on this next part of your life. The bear, this little teddy bear here, it reminds me of like childhood. It reminds me of it also, though, unfortunately, this, in regards to pile number 2, this is reminding me or bringing up to me some childhood trauma, some childhood wounds that have led you to kind of lash out and be someone who just feels like they can do everything on their own, but really they need a helping hand. You know, I see this little bear as someone that, you know, it's usually people love. They have like a favorite stuffed animal. They have a favorite blanket. And this is definitely showing something from childhood that brought a lot of pain. And you weren't really ready to address it, but you're going to have to address it now. Let's get into the locket. So this is definitely showing that there's some hidden secrets, like something hidden, something involving the heart, something involving information, or something mysterious that is being kept safe, or it's just being hidden purposefully, right? So it's being hidden purposefully. And this to me kind of ties into like, okay, you're hiding your heart, you're hiding, this could be like the locket that you put on a journal. This just reminds me very much of like childhood and stuff. So it could be someone from your childhood that is a hidden enemy, someone from your childhood, someone from your past, someone when you were young. When you were young, it could be a friend, it could be a parent, it could be, you know, again, I'm picking up a spiritual energy here that's like, I don't like what you did and you're not going to get away with it. It's like, so definitely address it, y'all. So the hand with the heart, This is an opportunity for you to heal all of this, as I mentioned before for pile number 2. This is an opportunity for you to heal this. So the hand with the heart, it's matching, right? It's matching this little locket here. So it's almost an opportunity for you to address what happened, to unlock the secrets that have been hidden maybe since you were young that you didn't want to address, and for you to address it now and to heal it and to pinpoint the areas that you did harm, or maybe harm was done to you, and to fix it and to repair it and to move forward so you can shine again. But this is some energy where healing can actually happen. So if you so choose, if you choose to be honest, right, as those cards that came out before, you got to be honest, you got to be truthful and accountable, and that's going to help you through. All right. I hope that helped you, pile number 2. If that resonated with you, pile number 2, please drop a sun emoji below, okay? Drop a sun emoji below pile number 2. All right? All right, y'all. Pile number 3. Welcome to your reading, pile number 3. All right. So if you chose pile number 3, the sodalite crystal is associated with this pile. And this is connected to the throat and third eye chakra. It's similar to the lapis lazuli crystal, but different in terms of its coloring and some of the lines that come through in the sodalite crystal. As you can see, some of those like white lines. But this is definitely an element that really builds on truth, having integrity, being able to communicate your truth, communicate your integrity, and it increases your intuition, very much focus on your psychic abilities. So this is a really cool crystal for pile number 3. So we're going to get into the reading and see who are your hidden enemies or enemy. All right, okay, we're going to put these 2 off to the side. Okay, and we're going to look at these first 3 cards. So we have the 3 of Candles in the reverse, the 2 of Swords, and the Temperance card. So we have the 3 of Candles, equivalent to the 3 of Wands, but it's in the reverse. We have the 2 of Swords, and the Temperance card. So it's really interesting. The 2 of Swords actually showed up in pile number 2. So those who chose pile number 3, it may be beneficial to go back and look at pile number 2. There may be some elements from that reading that may provide a little bit more insight about your hidden enemy or enemies. But let's get into more about the information on these cards. So what I'm getting is that you have a person in your life who pretends to be very carefree. There's someone who pretends to be very carefree, very nonchalant. Someone who pretends that they don't really care. Like, they act like they don't care. But reality, they really do. And they care a lot about what you think, and they're hanging on to your every word. They're thinking that, everything that you do is a slight against them. Every issue that you have is not kind of like what you are expecting. What are you wanting? It's almost like this is a really harsh thing to say, but it's like, they think that like your very existence is like an abomination. So crazy. Oh my goodness. Yo, hidden enemies don't play, okay? I'm just gonna be very real with y'all. People who are hidden enemies, people who don't like you, they don't want to see you win, they don't want to see you be successful, they don't want to see you progress. There are people who have deep hatred and deep nastiness and ugliness against you, and so you have to be very mindful of those kind of people, and you have to put your protections up, your guards up. You have to do what you need to do to protect yourself to be safe, okay? In this particular reading, though, this person is someone who pretends to be very nonchalant and uncaring, and you know, they seem to be unmoved, right? So this Two of Swords here is definitely someone who is appearing, right, to be someone who is someone who doesn't make the choices all the time. There's someone who holds their emotions in. They are focused a lot on things that have happened, that it's like they hold on to memories so strongly they don't know how to let go, and then they end up being very disruptive later on. Like they end up being very disruptive. There's someone who appears who just isn't actually very comfortable with themselves. They don't like themselves. Like that's really what that is. This enemy, they don't like themselves, and they don't like you either, and they're almost like the hatred stems from jealousy. These are jealous people. These are people who are heavily jealous of you and of your life and of what you have, and so they hang on to your words, and they hang on to, because they really want to be you. They want to be you. They wish they were you in some form or fashion. So if there's someone in your group, I'm thinking of a friend who's almost like part of a clique, and you guys like dress the same, or you guys color coordinate your like y'all color coordinate, or y'all talk every day, or y'all hang out a lot. Like I'm thinking of a close friend, or just a friend who likes to really hang out with you a lot and spend time with you a lot, and they pretend like they don't have a care in the world. They pretend that they don't care about life, they don't care about the future, they don't care about anything. They're like, whatever, life is life, ew. Like they're just very for those there's this show that used to be on MTV called Daria. That show was fire, y'all, okay? If y'all, anyone who gets a chance to watch Daria, go watch Daria. Amazing show. But Daria was very nonchalant. She was like, I don't care. She's like, I don't care about this. Like, just leave me alone. She was very uncaring, very unassuming, very much like, look, she was very like she didn't mess with people, like as far as she didn't like people messing with her. She didn't like stupidity. Like it, you know, she just was like, this is a sick, sad world and we're just living in it. So it's like someone who comes off like that, like someone who comes off as they just are apathetic. You know, they have an apathy that is seems to be very dangerous and like almost attractive in a way, because they pretend that they just don't care. Like, whatever, I don't care. But they really do care, and they care a lot more than you expect, and they don't want to see you progress. They are jealous as hell, y'all. So be very mindful of that person around you. I'm really picking up that it's a friend. It's someone who's posing as a friend in your life, and they really do not want to see you progress at all. They don't want to see you. They don't want to see you win, man. Damn. They don't want to see you win, y'all. So, oof. I think it's also someone who, it's like someone who may pretend to be like a very calm person, like a very calm and soothing person, like someone who looks like they are very balanced and even keeled. Like it's someone but they're very sinister about it. That's what's so crazy. It's like they can come off as I'm chill. I'm chill. This doesn't bother me. I'm chill. But it's really like they're the ones that like are in the mirror screaming or punching the wall. Like they are hella upset, and they're upset at their own life. Let's be real. Pile number 3, they're upset at their own damn life and how unimportant they feel. They feel unimportant. They feel like there's no sunshine. Like they feel like there's, nothing up ahead for them, and they're giving up. And they want you to give up as well. But don't be like them at all. All right, pile number 3, like this is not the time. So don't let these people fuck with you. Don't let these people fuck with you, okay? Let's see what you can do to beat these people and keep them away from you. So we have soulmates and 5 of cups in the reverse. Okay. So we have the soulmates card, and we have the 5 of cups in the reverse. The 5 of cups in the reverse. All right, pile number 3, the soulmates card. This is where you need to tap into the love around you, the force, the spiritual force, the spiritual love, and this is where you have to tap into the higher power or a higher power, to draw from that light source, to draw from that source of love, for you to embody that love, for you to be in harmony with yourself, to be in harmony with others, for you to really be surrounded and continue to envelop yourself and engulf yourself with relationships that make you feel loved and worthy. So part of this is a journey for you to take a step forward. It's part of your healing journey. It's part of your transformation. It's part of you growing and moving up into the next step. Always make sure that you want to try to be in reciprocal connections, reciprocal relationships, because not everyone is here. Not everyone's going to be in your life for a full lifetime, right? Sometimes people are in your life for a season and for a reason, and even though sometimes it's ugly, it's nasty, unfortunately, with this hidden enemy around you, but I'm picking up that this is only supposed to be someone in your life for a season, and then they should be gone. But you have to actually recognize who is really about reciprocity and support and love. Who is pouring into you as much as you are pouring into them. And if you are pouring into someone who is continuing to say, I don't give a shit about life, life isn't that meaningful, who has very negative outlooks, have very negative outlook, which is very antithetical to how you are. If you have a very positive attitude, you feel fulfilled, or you're hopeful, versus someone who's very negative and very, I'm thinking negative Nancy, that type of energy. Oh man, you gotta stay away from them people. Okay, you want to be around people that help you to feel gratitude, to feel generous, to feel like you're in the presence, or you feel comfort. So you need to make sure that you are around people, co-workers, friends, partners, right? This could be a romantic partner, who's committed to you, who's committed to being with you, collaborating with you, someone who's a shoulder that you can lean on, a shoulder you can cry on, someone who's been waiting for you, who's excited to be around you, who likes your energy and just enjoys you and you enjoy them. That's the type of energy you need to be around. Not around anyone who's like, oh, what is life? I don't like that, you know, like just very negative, very like, I don't, you know, just, it's just, I keep getting like just someone who pretends to not care. It's just someone who pretends to not care, and it's not true. Like, they care a lot, and so keep your ass away from those type of people who try to be apathetic and try to pretend that they don't care about the world, they don't care about the life that they're living, because that's not you. You seem to be, for those that chose this pile number 3, you seem to be someone who's very hopeful and believes in love and believes in like things like romance, and like, you know, you want these like really great relationships and bonds. And so this hidden enemy that's around you, or hidden enemies, it could be one person or a group of people. They're not about that. Or they actually want that. They want what you have, and they're jealous, but they're going to pretend like, this doesn't really matter. Why do you care? Like that type of thing. And it's all a front, man. It's all a front. It's all a front. 5 of Cups in the reverse. You got to do some shadow work. You don't become, so this is also a warning, right? So when all the cups have spilled, right? Because usually when it's upright, you have 3 cups that have spilled, but 2 cups are behind you, but you're focused on what's in front of you and not what's behind you and what you can use. When all the cups have spilled, it's an opportunity to start over. Don't be jaded. Don't get jaded like some of these people out here. Don't give up on your life. Don't give up on yourself just because you feel jaded, or you may feel upset at times that life isn't unfolding in the way that you wanted to. This is not the time to be angry and upset about things like that. Like, this is the time to live your life, to enjoy what you have, to look around and be like, man, what a blessing. What a blessing to be here. What a blessing to have life. What a blessing to be alive. What a blessing to have love, to have family, to have friends. Like, that's how you deal with that hidden enemy, is like, you need to continue to live it up and love life. Love life. Love the life that you have, the life that you're living. Things may not all be great. Things might not all be grand. But love what you have right now. Be grateful for the things that you have right now. And don't get jaded. Don't get upset by some of the disappointments that have come across, that you've experienced. Because then you may tap into that same type of energy that your hidden enemy is wanting you to do. And that's when you start to lose. They want you to be on the same wavelength that they are, to feel the loss, to feel the gravity of the loss. And there's nothing wrong with grieving. There's nothing wrong with grieving a loss that you've had, and trying to move forward. But the goal is for you to find the sun behind the clouds, behind the right? That reminds you of that Glorilla song, Every Day the Sun Will Shine, and that's why I love tomorrow. Every day the sun gonna shine, and that's why I love tomorrow. So this is about your attitude. This is about, for pile number 3, this is about your attitude. What are you exuding? What are you bringing forth? To try to combat some of that negativity, that apathy, that energy that other people have, that jealousy that other people have. Look, people gonna be jealous regardless. You need to stunt on them hoes, okay? And hoes is gender neutral, okay? Hoes can be anybody, okay? Go ahead and stunt on them hoes, okay? So, pile number 3. All right, let's tune into some charms. I know there's some other messages coming through with the charms. Let's see what else you need to know. And this may be a little bit loud, y'all, but I'm gonna pick a few charms that you need to have. Okay, let's see what charms to do. Okay, charms for pile number 3. Ay. All right, we only have 2. Is there one more? Hold on, let me bring out one more. Give me one more, y'all. Give me one more. Okay. We have the heart, we have the hat, and we have the arrow. Okay, what? All right, let's see what the hell is going on with y'all with these charms. So the heart is definitely someone I'm picturing, because it's a pink heart, right? And because it seems to be one that's growing. You see this, the like the pattern of like the very small heart and then a medium size and a large size, and it's just moving outward. It's that the love that you have, like that soulmates card came out, the love that you have for yourself and for other people. Continue to exude that positivity, to continue to exude that energy, and that will really like reverberate out. That will impact so many other people, like you don't even know. Continue to have like that loving, kind spirit, that loving and kind spirit, because it will really penetrate and help others, even the person who is jealous of you and doesn't like you. Okay. So this bow and arrow, this is about being very direct and targeted with how you're gonna move forward. So I'm also seeing, like, for pile number 3 specifically, y'all need to do some affirmations. Like, y'all need to be very direct and targeted about what you want to manifest and bring into your life, and how to keep up that positivity, how to keep up that good energy, good spirits. So yeah, like, and also this is also a protective energy, bow and arrow. So you can also, right, just like you have affirmations to speak positivity over your life, you can also have affirmations to speak protection over your life. So if you need to speak it out and say, you know, speak to your higher power, speak to your spiritual team and say, hey, I need protection from so-and-so. I need protection from these kind of people. Keep their names out of my mouth, out of their mouth, keep my name out of their mouths. You can ask your spiritual team to come forward and be, use them fools for target practice, like, okay? And I'm not saying literally, okay? Please don't get it twisted. I'm saying spiritually, you can call out to your spiritual team, ask them for protection, ask them for coverage, to keep you away from people who don't care about you. They don't care about you. They don't care about themselves. You don't want to be around that energy. So use this bow and arrow energy to really be targeted as far as affirmations. And then the cowboy hat. All right, the cowboy hat. Ow. This is when you think of the cowboy hat, you think of someone who is sturdy, who's reliable, usually someone who can be a heartbreaker, right? I'm thinking of like a cowboy, like from a typical cowboy movie. Someone who's strong, who is fearless, someone who is pleasant, right? So, but also can be very hard, right? They can be very hard. Excuse me. Definitely, you definitely tap into that cowboy energy, tap into energy. A hat is also covering your head, right? So I also see this as protect your head. Protect your head. This is another form of protection. A hat can be to protect your head, protect your third eye, protect your ori, protect your head. So this to me is what I'm getting. Protect your head, protect your mental space, protect yourself. Cowboys can be very hard-headed. They're strong. They're dependable. They seem to be people who are like really smart-minded. I mean, not everyone who wears a cowboy hat, but just the energy that having a cowboy hat does, right? You think of down south. You think of farming. You think of someone who knows how to, like, they have a skill set that makes them strong. But also it's protective. It protects your head. So this is also an element of protecting yourself, protect your mind, protect the strength, your vitality. All right, pile number 3. Pile number 3, okay? If you enjoyed this reading, how about you either give me a hat emoji, all right? Give me a hat emoji or a pink heart emoji, okay? Give me a hat or a pink heart emoji. Thanks so much for tuning in, pile number 3. Hey, welcome, pile number 4, okay? This is the blue apatite crystal, okay? This has a very, like, bluish, tealish color, but really beautiful crystal. This crystal represents the throat and the third eye chakra. So this is also an element where you can use to communicate better, to speak your truth, to provide clarity. It also enhances your creativity. This is a crystal that enhances your creativity, enhances your ideas, allow those things to, flow a little bit better for you. And also, it helps you to feel more motivated to some of your desires, some of the things that you've really been wanting, secretly wanting, that comes through. So pile number 4, let's see who in your life is not trying to let that happen. Lord have mercy. Let's see what's going on, pile number 4. All right. Pile number 4, let's see here. Okay, we have the 8 of Feathers, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. Okay. All right, I'm going to pull this up so you can see it a little bit better. Let me move this up a little bit more. So we have the 8 of Feathers, the 8 of Feathers. We have the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. And we have the Hanged Man. All right. Let me tune in here and see what the hell's going on, okay? Okay. All right. What's going on here in terms of your hidden enemy? Who is out here trying to pretend to be close to you, and in reality, they do not fuck with you at all. They want nothing to do with you. This is someone who either was you humiliated, you disappointed heavily. This 8 of Feathers is equivalent to, so Feathers is equivalent to the Swords. And Swords is very much what's going on in the mind, what's going on in the mental space. And 8 of Feathers, man, damn. This is definitely someone who is feeling like they feel trapped. They feel like some sort of entrapment, that it's all up in their mind. I'm getting that this could signify, and when I was shuffling the cards and like building out the different piles, I got from pile number 4 that this is some internal issue. So this is almost the enemy could represent yourself. Okay, usually 8 of Swords is if you look at it in, or like a regular Rider-Waite tarot, it is someone who is surrounded by these swords, and there's a blindfold, but they're not tied up, and it's pretty much like they've created a world where they feel entrapped, where they feel trapped. So some victimization going on, some self-victimization, some elements of self-blame, but not taking full accountability, and just pretty much trapping yourself into this space of, I can't get out, you know, even though there's an easy path to exit. There's an easy way for you to exit and get out of that situation, but you refuse to do it on your own. So it's definitely someone who feels like, you know, something happened where they feel humiliated, they feel like they don't belong, someone who feels like I'm not good enough. So someone who's definitely dealing with insecurities. So it could be a hidden enemy that represents that, or it could be your own damn self. All right, like it could be your own damn self telling you like, yo, I don't know about myself. You know, like you're questioning who you are, you're questioning whether or not you can get out of these like rough situations. Maybe things keep coming back to haunt you, or some issues keep coming up back and forth, and you're struggling, and so you feel like, man, I can't get out of these situations, it's too hard. You know, so you're kind of comfortable sitting in victimhood, and that's not the way to be. I'm also getting with this Queen of Pentacles and the Hanged Man that you're also dealing with someone who doesn't really like to wait, who wants to always go, move, who doesn't like to let go of things. Also, see, this Eight of Pentacles, this is really interesting, like the energy here. It's like someone who doesn't like to let go of situations, of things that have happened in the past. I got that from some of the other piles as well, if anyone is drawn to the other piles. But this is someone who is not doing the proper reflection, or if they are, it's like they, you know, sometimes people can be in stagnation for too long. So this kind of almost, these two cards coming out together, the Eight of Feathers, equivalent to the Eight of Swords and the Hanged Man, it's almost like someone who's been stagnant and waiting for so long that that's all they know. They don't know how to be action oriented, which is very much in opposition to this Queen of Pentacles card. This reminds me of, okay, something is coming through here where there's like a mother figure. There's a mother figure for pile number 4, and this is not for everyone who has chosen pile number 4, but this is just a very specific, limited to, I guess, a specific number of people, a specific group of people who chose pile number 4. There's a mother figure who created everything for you. Like, they paved the way, they created the path for you, and they just wanted you to walk down it. They just wanted you to walk down the path, but you didn't. You were scared to. Either you were scared to, or you didn't have the support along the way, because this mother figure made you feel like nothing bad would happen, or nothing would happen to you along the way, that it's going to be an easy ride, easy stroll, like as if life is like that, right? Like, they didn't properly prepare you. This mother figure did not properly prepare you for what was to come, what was next. And so they laid out a path for you, right? They built this really great like path for you. They built this really great space for you to be in. Like, they provided you all the opportunities, all the money. Like, they invested in you. But they only invested in the material, and they didn't invest in the emotional. They didn't invest in the elements that were helpful to you to overcome challenges, to address, you know, when you're feeling insecure, when you're feeling doubtful. And so you've been almost afraid to move. You've been afraid to move. And there's some animosity or almost some anger here. There's animosity and anger from this mother figure towards you about you not following the path that they had laid out for you, or you not going at the pace or at the time frame that they had expected of you, because you've kept stopping. You have felt like, oh my goodness, I can't move. I can't get out of this situation. Like, I don't know what to do. And it's because you didn't have the tools. You didn't have the resources. So part of it is, yes, a mother figure didn't give you all the tools that you need, but also you not taking the reins yourself and saying, you know what, there's other paths that I can take. I can chart my own path. I can find a way out of this. So it's almost like being stagnant for so long, you don't know what to do. You don't know how to get out of it. And you've been so reliant on this mother figure, this figure, whether it be a parent, a guardian, a friend. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be your actual mom. It could be a figurehead. It could be a mentor. It could be someone in your life who you consider like a mom or a second mother to you. And it doesn't have to be a woman in particular. It could just be someone who you consider like another parent, or like a second parent to you, or you're very close to, and they have poured into you so much. They put so much. They sacrificed a lot, and all they wanted you to do was walk this path that they laid out for you. It's almost like they created a life for you, and they just wanted you to live it, but it didn't align with the life that you really want for yourself. And so you feel stuck. You feel like you can't get out. You feel like you don't know how to move. You don't know how to exit. And you don't know how to tell this person that, like, this is not what I want. Whew. Okay, pile number 4. Lord have mercy. And this is only for, I guess, a specific portion of people who may resonate with this storyline. But for more of the general, this is definitely representing someone who pretends to have it all together, but they really don't. Your enemy is somebody who has it all together, pretends that they have it all together, and they really don't. The Queen of Pentacles is like, it's definitely someone who, is able to create and build off of so many different elements. They have the tools, they have the resources, they have the family, they have the community. Like, you look at this and it's like you see growth, you see potential, you see elements of just someone who is like very earth oriented. They're very down to earth. They're very much rooted in community. They have all the resources, they have the money, they have the tools to like build great things. But the truth of the matter is they don't really have it, and they don't really believe in themselves. And they don't like that you are, you're someone who actually doesn't have that false pretense, even though they do. So it's like someone who pretends to have everything and they don't. Like, this represents, your enemy represents someone who pretends that they have like the world at their fingertips, and they really don't. They don't have it. They ain't got it. But they pretend that they do, and they definitely don't like that you do. They're actually someone who likes to stay very comfortable. Your enemy likes to be very comfortable. They like to stay in comfort spaces. They don't like to venture out. They don't venture far. These are not risk takers. You know, this enemy is actually not a risk taker. This is not someone who's going to, you know, put their best foot forward and get out of a situation, you know, and see what other opportunities are out there. Or, you know, they pretend that they do, but they really don't. Like, they're very doubtful of themselves. They don't want to move. Like, they're very comfort. It's almost like someone who's like, they know, it's like someone who memorizes a song. It's like they know the ins and outs of the song, but they never want to learn anything new. It's like someone who like they're very comfortable with. It's almost like I'm just thinking of someone who stays at a job for like 25 years. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's like they stay at the same job in the same role for 25 years. They don't move up. They don't get promoted. They don't want to be promoted. Like, it's like they sit at the same job every day for 25 years. Like, that stagnation, that like cycle over and over again, over and over again, over and over again. They don't like that at all. What? They don't like that at all. So, yeah, this is someone who just doesn't, like, they are not interested or invested in changing. They don't want to change. They're very materialistic. They don't want to change. They don't want to move up. They don't want to move forward. They're very much stuck and stagnant, and they're happy to be in that lane. And they want you to stay with them in that lane. They don't want you to move up, move out. They want you to stay in this same element. It's almost like y'all are in similar circles and similar cycles. And I keep getting like people who just want you to stay stagnant. They want you to be the same. They want you to be the exact same way you've always been. They don't want you to grow. They don't want you to move. They just want you to stay where you're at. And this could be a boss. This could be someone who's like, I don't see the much potential in you, so I'm not investing in you. Like, I want you to stay where you're at. Could be a friend who's like, you know, seeing you trying to move up and do certain things, and they try to like push you back down. This could be a mother figure or a parent who, you know, just doesn't see like how you're gonna figure stuff out, and they're just like not giving you the support that you need. It's just like a lot of different things. It could be a partner who is jealous of you and like your success, and they're like, oh, but I'm here, like, you know, I ain't moving. They don't want you to move either. So definitely someone who's like stagnant and wants you to stay stagnant as well. Like, yikes. Let's see what other messages are coming through. All right, in regards to this. All right, let's see what cards are coming out for pile number 4. We got To the Sea. So To the Sea. And we got the 6 of Cups in the reverse. 6 of Cups in the reverse. Okay. All right, let's see what's going on here. Oh my goodness. This is about trusting in yourself despite all odds. This is about trusting in yourself despite all odds. This person is in this little like makeshift boat by themselves. This girl is in this makeshift boat by herself, and she's gliding along. And she has to just have faith. She just has to have faith. She has to trust. She has to trust that like she's gonna be steered in the right direction, that she's gonna move in the right direction, that things are gonna just flow, right? So that's where you have to be. Stop trying to, you're gonna have to get to a point where you have to be in a state of flow, right? You can't be in a place where you're going up against the current, you're going against the grain. Otherwise, you're gonna what? Capsize and be up shit's creek. Like, things are gonna like, you're gonna drown. So you want to be in flow. You want to go along with the current. You want things to flow naturally in and out of your life. Let things flow naturally in and out of your life. Don't try to always push up against it and create issues, create problems. And that's also part of that whole Eight of Feathers, or Eight of Swords type of energy. Oftentimes we're so stuck in, but it's like, just allow things to flow and move forward in your life. If your life is moving you upstream or moving you downstream, however way in which life is going to move you, this is the time, I think, to not be so stagnant and so strict and structured. It's actually a time to just kind of be in alignment and go with the flow, and just allow things to just kind of move forward. That's how you're going to address whoever is in your life trying to keep you in the same cycle. It's almost like you keep waiting. Spirit's showing me someone who is waiting for the right bus. But they're waiting, but not necessarily the right bus, but they're waiting for a bus that is going to take them around the town. But it's a town that they know, like they know the route so perfectly. Like they're used to riding this bus every day, all the time, to get them from point A to point B. Because it's the comfort zone. It's the comfort zone that they've been in for so long. It's the comfort zone. And there's other buses that come, and you keep letting them go by, even though they're going to a different part of town, or they're going to a completely different city. And instead of you taking a risk and allowing yourself to just flow with that, you instead just want to stay in the same little area that you're in, and stay in this little bubble. Spirit's showing me that it's like, no, you're gonna have to take a risk. You're gonna have to move out and move away from what you're used to. But you're gonna have to let natural things unfold. Let the natural progression happen. Let the natural unfolding occur. And things are gonna flow better for you. So there's an element here of relaxing, right? Because even with the Eight of Swords, it's very closed off. It's very holding on very tightly. And Spirit's showing you to just relax into it, let go, let it flow. Six of Cups in the reverse. This is definitely signaling a need to forgive. Whew. Okay. Pile number 4. This is about forgiveness. This is about letting the past be in the past, letting people go who don't need to be in your life anymore. That probably includes that enemy in your life, and dealing with any kind of regret, anything from the past that you hold on to, that you regret, that you need to forgive yourself for, you need to forgive that other person for, for what I talked about earlier in regards to the mother figure. Those of y'all who chose pile number 4, y'all need to forgive that mother figure. Forgive them for the choice that they made. They tried to provide for you in the best way that they could, but they couldn't give you everything that you needed. And but you are strong enough, you are smart enough, you are ready and talented. You have everything that you need in order for you to chart your own path and to move forward and to go with the flow and address the challenges that come up ahead, address the things that may, you know, cause ruckus or some issues, right? Like there's ways for you to address that, but don't give up on yourself, and don't give up on the person just because of what they thought was best for you. It's what they thought was best for you, and you have an opportunity to forgive them, to address it, and to say, hey, you know, thank you, but no thank you. That's all you got to do is say thank you, but no thank you. I'm going to try and figure out another way. You know, it's okay. Spirit wants you to know, like, it's okay for you to chart your own path or to move in a different direction. You know, it's okay for you to not follow the path that's been outlined for you. You know, it kind of reminds me of like nepotism. You know, some of these nepo babies, as they call them, the nepo babies who like have everything handed to them on a silver platter, and their parents or their families or whatever want them to follow the same path or follow after the same thing. And then, you know, some of these nepo babies, like, I mean, of course they have the privilege, they have the money, but some of them, they don't want anything to do with their family. Some of them are like, nah, you know, I might take the money, but I don't want anything to do with the responsibility of doing the same thing that y'all did, because I want to do something different. And I think that's just for like, not just for nepotism babies, but like for anyone who is wanting to take a risk and wanting to do something different, something that doesn't align with what everyone else wants for you. And I think it's okay. You just got to trust and have faith and go with the flow. You know, take that bus that takes you in a different direction, in a new direction. You don't know what could possibly unfold, you know, but you do got to get out of this cycle that you've been in. And part of that is your fault. Let's just be real. Pile number 4, part of that is your fault. And so you have to take some responsibility. Yeah. Don't get stuck in the past. Don't continue to be stuck in the past, all right? You can move forward. It's possible and you can do it. Pile number 4. All right. Let's get into the charms. Okay, let's see what the charm messages have for you as well. Let's deal with these charms. Okay, so I'm going to choose a couple of charms, a couple of messages from my little jar of charms. Okay, I'm going to choose a couple of charms, some messages you need to hear, pile number 4, okay? Let's see what's coming through for you. And it may be a little loud, but turn the volume down. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. These wanted to come out. All right, so we have a couple of things. Ooh, okay. So, ooh, this charm is showing up again. Okay. So we have the snake charm. The snake. Ooh. Okay, we have the bow and arrow. This actually came out for pile number 3, I think. Oh, I don't know. I think it was pile number 3. But we have the bow and arrow. We have the crow. Caw, caw. That's me trying to do some bird noises, which was bad. And then we have this little dancer here. This like little dancer. Okay. All right. So let me tune in and see what messages are coming through with these little charms. Okay. So the snake is also a time where there could be a lot of changes up ahead, some transformation up ahead. It could also signal, doesn't necessarily signal danger. I'm not getting that from this. I'm not getting that energetically. I think this very much represents transformation and change, and can also be a sign of addressing fears that you have, right? So addressing, most people, there's a lot of people who are afraid of snakes, okay? So this also may be like about addressing fears that you have, which also ties into that 8 of Swords energy, that 8 of Feathers energy, like addressing the fears that you have, being able to step away and be like, you know what, I can get out of this situation. I'm good. All right. Then you have the bow and arrow. Okay, so the bow and arrow, this is also about just direction, making sure that you have a point of reference, right? Or like this could represent like the direction that you're moving forward into. So part of that transformation from the snake energy is knowing like, okay, where am I going to next? What am I going to do? What am I going to be doing? You know, you can still have a goal in mind, but also be in the flow of things and be like, okay, I'm going to see how things naturally progress. But you can be a bit more targeted and figure out, okay, this is how I want to approach this. This is how I want to, you know, move forward with this. So I also, as I mentioned, I think this was also in pile number 3, but I mentioned how this is also a great option, a great energy for affirmation. So this, remember, this blue apatite crystal is very much about getting your ideas across and just being able to communicate properly. So this can also be helpful in terms of being more targeted in your communication, being more direct in your communication. So you can definitely ask your spiritual team or use affirmations to create that for you. Next is, we got a bird, it's a plane. Okay, so the bird is also another transformation card, y'all. Like, very interestingly enough, this crow, this actually is a really interesting energy. This definitely is about taking flight. This is about new directions. This is definitely about transformation. It's change. It's, you know, moving to a higher space. So moving higher. So yeah, like this is also like telling you, like, take that chance, take that risk, keep going, because it can definitely pay off, and you could be in a much better space than you were before, because you're not repeating cycles. This last one, I see this as like a dancer, and they are in a specific ballet pose, and I forgot what pose this is. I don't know any ballet dancers up in here, okay? This is also a sign to like just stretch, like to stretch your body, to move. So to move more, be more in physical movement, to stretch yourself, not just physically, but also like just in terms of your life. It's an opportunity for you to move, for you to stretch, for you to, you know, just as a bird, spread your wings, as they say. So this definitely seems to be an element here of like movement, of stretching, of widening your reach, of seeing what else is up there. And this person, this figure is stretching upwards, right? Their leg is elongated, their arms are elongated. So this is an option to like really move and stretch yourself and beyond what you've already been doing, beyond the boundaries of what you had set for yourself or other people have set for you. So see what else is out there. Push yourself to see what else is out there, what is new for you, okay? And for those that chose pile number 4, please, if you could give me either a bird emoji or a snake emoji, pile number 4, in the comments below. Give me a bird emoji or a snake emoji, okay? All right, okay, y'all, that was my reading, my pick-a-pile messages on hidden enemies. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. More videos on the way, y'all. You know I have more videos coming for y'all. Please share this video, like this video, comment below. I'd love to get your feedback. And thanks so much, y'all, right? It's your girl Nisi here with wildpeartarot, and I'm going to catch y'all later. Bye.